Hello, hi, Mrs. Cook. It's me, Joseph. I was in your class. It's unfortunate that we had to move everything to online classes, but now that we're here, this is my presentation. It's on an entrepreneurial business called Deviant Art. Um, what is Deviant Art? Deviant Art really it's an online community, and what it does is they feature artwork, they feature videos, they feature photography, they do a bunch of really cool things like that, and they showcase a lot of talented artists. A lot of it is digital artwork, but they do also like paintings and photography and different things like that. It's originally founded on August 7th of the year 2000 by Angelo Sotira, Scott Jarkoff, and Matt Stevens. Fun fact, the original intention of Deviant Art was never really to be this big of a platform for, you know, for artists in general. They really were like a group of websites together. And really what they were doing was they were creating art and different things like that, but they never expected it to grow to this size. Here are some examples of the artwork. Like a lot of these things are all just digitally made. Just I can imagine they took hours to make. Right here in the left, the little cat is actually a photograph. And this was actually an original photograph, but it was edited as well by some well-known artist on their website. Here's some questions about the enterprise. How does the enterprise really make money? Well, the enterprise has four main revenue streams. And really, it's through their advertising, it's their brand partnerships that they have. They have a core membership program, and they have Divine Art prints. So going down the list, advertising, really, it goes hand in hand with their partnership. There have been numerous accounts of other brands that have worked with them. For example, they had an art contest with Ford when Ford was coming out with a new car in 2009, where they had an art contest, and whoever won the art contest, got first place or etc., would win, money, a sponsorship, or a couple other things. So it's having that brand partnership that's really important. Is how they actually make money. They received a lot of funding initially for their platform, for the release of this platform. I think the very first investor gave them about $3 million. So a lot of money. Their core membership program is for their artists and for people who aren't as well, but for primarily their artists. What it does is it gives their artists like it promotes their artwork first, basically. So like you're at the top, like the peak. So people will be able to view your art, see your art, share it, on a much regular and frequent basis. And the prints, Divine Art prints, basically every artist, kind of like how I showed in this image here, they also are sponsored by Patreon. And Patreon is a big website for artists where people are allowed to pay artists for their sketches, for their designs to turn into a painting, for example, or a poster or something like that. So you can pay artists maybe $4, $5, whatever it may be, and and that's also supporting artists on their journey through making art and doing things like that. So that's really cool. I believe I think so. How the enterprise creates value? Well, Divine Art, really, the value lies within the millions of artwork and videos submitted. Like how it's like a big platform, and it's able to put a lot of artists into it brings a lot of artists into light. Basically, it gives them that exposure that some of them may want. And through Divine Art, it can be through on their Instagram page, through other various ways that can bring them that exposure with a lot of people. They have about 3 million followers on Instagram, so it's a lot of people that they can be, exposed to. It's the ability to share work with one another, like I've written down, and it's also its ability to give the aspiring artist, like I said, a platform to show off their skills. It's like a hand in hand. It works together. I pay you to put my artwork online, and you guys give me, the exposure. The competitive advantage of Divine Art, well, I mean, it's already one of the largest, if not the largest, social art gallery online. for digital artists and photography and things like that. It's, if not the largest, it's one of the largest. It has this strong ability to really promote artists on their website. That's what gives them the advantage of other websites. It's that promotional and that strong following that they have on social media and online, and their ability to partner with larger brands, like, for example, like I said, Ford before, their ability to partner with Ford to do all these different, summit events, like all these different things that they host in order to, bring artists to light, to promote them, conventions, as I've written, and the enterprise truly has positioned itself already in a very incredible way, doing these conventions, doing these events, having such a large platform online and on social media as well. It's basically such a large community that really it's a very good promotional based enterprise, a promotional based business. Talking about money and its importance, the money really lies within the advertisements and the memberships. Having that consistent membership and finding those partnerships and advertisements are the key to what keeps this business afloat. The people who provide the money really are the artists and people who have memberships, of course, and the companies who are looking to advertise their products and different things like that. They provide the most important thing is that they provide a platform that has a global outreach. And by global, like, they have traveled like across the United States. They have made it to, to Japan. They've been to other countries as well, all throughout their Instagram. Being able to shine light on artists from around the world as well is what their global outreach is. And that's truly what is it's like the defining characteristic of what makes them unique compared to all the other platforms that exist, such as social media and etc., where you can promote yourself on a daily basis all the time. This one is like, it's their global outreach. It's their ability to give you, that global outreach right away in a span of an instant, rather than, having to work your way through it. You have an ability to reach people who already have a very strong following in the beginning with your artwork. The question of timing, really getting things faster really just means a broader audience for Deviant Art itself. I remember I went to being to California a few times. I actually did go to their headquarters. It was located in Hollywood. And I actually went inside and I talked to a few people just about, how their website works and how a couple of things work. And they're really working towards just honing in more on the target market, which of course is their artists, and they have that established already. It's just finding more ways to reach out and get more artists from different countries, different places to join their website, join their membership, do things like that. Find a much, the broader and the larger their audience is, the more people they're able to put on their platform and who would sign up for memberships and do things like that. Getting the same customers to return time and time again is basically through their promotional campaigns. It's that key difference maker that really changes them from other platforms and other areas, is that they host events. They host, these large gathering of people where the artist can go to the events and you can have your own booth. That's how they do it. They have their own booth, and, people who enjoy your art, who are fans of your art, who are things like that, they show up to these events. And, they ask for signatures, you take photos, you do different things like that. So it's very, very unique in that aspect. Revenue streams and other possibilities, they have really increased their ability to reach out to more artists, to do things like that, like the global outreach. And really, it's just more exposure. I think at the end of the day, because they are a platform, they have already been bought by Wix.com, the online website maker. I believe they sold to Wix for about $30 million, maybe $40 million, if I'm correct. It seems as though like that's their main way of gaining more revenue and their other possibilities. It's who would be the next big step, or what would be the next big step in their partnership. They've done with Ford, they've done it with multiple other businesses as well. What would be a big business to work with? You know, host contests, do things like that. Building that exposure and putting your brand out there and finding a way to, um, basically collaborate and work together with other brands in order to host these events and do these different contests and do these things is what's really going to give them that extra revenue stream. They already did it with their membership. They've already done it with their conventions as well, where they sell art, they do their prints, they had their advertisements. So they've done a very good job at finding these different revenue streams. Now it's just a matter of what would be the next revenue stream. I truly believe that the global outreach, the idea of finding an ability to discover new artists and to pinpoint, not just pinpoint, but like find new artists in different parts of the world and build that exposure. It works hand in hand. You become a member, you gain exposure. Wherever they are in that area of the world, they would give them exposure as well. Oh, I do my work on Deviant Art. What is that? And it's getting your name out there is the big thing, especially since it is just a platform based, especially in that way. I truly would. And yeah, that's my presentation. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Yeah, thank you.